10 minutes. That is how long the insurance adjuster spent on this woman's roof. 10 minutes. Got down, told her there was no damage, denied the claim, and drove to the next house. She had 5 major hailstorms hit her neighborhood that summer alone. Every house on her block, the same storms, the same hail. But according to her insurance company, her roof had no damage. She called a roofing contractor. He got up on that roof and spent 35 minutes inspecting it, found hail damage, enough for a full replacement, documented, photographed, undeniable. So he asked the second adjuster, the one the insurance company sent after they pushed back, why did the first one miss all of this? And what that second adjuster said next is the reason this video exists, because it was not an accident, it was math. What I am about to show you is how the person your insurance company sends to your roof gets paid. Not what they tell you in the brochure, not what they say in the commercial, what actually happens with the exact numbers. Because once you understand the payment structure, the specific dollars, and the specific math, everything about your last denied claim is going to make perfect sense. And I am not giving you opinions. I am giving you the exact explanation a second adjuster gave about his own industry, on the record, at the property. By the end of this video, you will know 3 things. Why your adjuster may have decided what to do before he got out of his truck, what the number on your claim was before he ever looked at a single shingle, and what you can do right now that changes the entire outcome. Stay with me, because this is the one they do not want you to understand. Here is something most homeowners do not know. The person your insurance company sends to inspect your roof after a storm is very often not an employee of your insurance company. They are a subcontractor, an independent adjuster, hired by a third-party adjusting company that the insurance carrier pays per job. These are separate businesses. They have their own management, their own productivity targets, their own incentive structures, and those structures have nothing to do with whether your claim is accurate. This distinction matters more than almost anything else I am going to tell you today. Because when you call your insurance company after a storm and a stranger shows up at your house with a clipboard, that stranger is being paid by a system you have never seen. A system your insurance company designed, and a system that does not have your best interest as its goal. Let me show you exactly how it works. And to understand it, I need to take you back to that roof. The second adjuster explained it like this. When a subcontractor adjuster gets dispatched to inspect a roof, they get paid approximately $250 per inspection. Whether they find damage or not, whether they approve the claim or not, $250, show up, look around, leave. Now here is where the math becomes a problem for you. If that adjuster spends 10 minutes on your roof, finds nothing, and moves on, he can do 12 inspections in a day. That is $3,000. If that adjuster actually inspects your roof properly, spends 35 to 40 minutes looking at every shingle, every seam, every impact point, and then finds damage, he has to spend another 45 minutes writing the detailed report required to approve a claim. He can now do maybe 4 inspections in that same day. That is $1,600. Same job title, same credentials, $1,400 difference per day, based entirely on whether they find damage or not. Now I want to be clear about something. The second adjuster was not saying every subcontractor adjuster is dishonest. He was not accusing every inspector of intentional fraud. He was saying the incentive system itself creates a bias, a financial gravity, that pulls toward denial without anyone needing to make a corrupt decision. You do not need to be dishonest, you just need to be human, and humans respond to financial incentives. The adjuster who spent 10 minutes on that woman's roof arrived in a neighborhood that was not generating many claims, and the fastest path through his day was a quick look and a denial. One detail proved it: 10 minutes. A real inspection takes 35 to 40. There is no version of a proper roof inspection that takes 10 minutes on a 2,000 square foot home with 5 hailstorms in its history. But here is the question you should be asking right now. Is this just one situation, or is this how the entire subcontractor adjusting industry operates? That is exactly the right question to ask, because one adjuster in one neighborhood could be an anomaly. One subcontractor company could be an outlier. That alone would not mean anything is systematically wrong. But here is what does mean something is wrong. The per-inspection payment structure is not a secret. It is how the industry is designed. Independent adjusting companies compete for insurance carrier contracts by promising fast turnaround times and low overhead. Fast turnaround means high daily volume. High daily volume means financial incentive to move quickly. Moving quickly means less time on each roof. This is not a bug in the system. It is how the system was built. And the insurance carriers who hire these companies know this. They have always known this. Because the alternative, hiring staff adjusters on salary who take their time on every roof, costs significantly more per claim. The subcontractor model exists precisely because it is cheaper for the carrier. Cheaper for the carrier means faster denials. Faster denials means less paid out. Less paid out means higher profit. And we already showed you what those profits look like in the last video, $167 billion in 2024, while your claim was pending. But knowing the system exists is only half the picture. The other half is knowing what happened to that homeowner in Seattle, because her story does not end with a denial. After the first adjuster denied the claim, the homeowner pushed back. She requested a second inspection. The insurance company sent a different adjuster from the same subcontractor company. This time, the roofing contractor met him at the property. They got on the roof together. Within the first few minutes, they started finding damage. Hail strikes, bruised shingles, impact patterns consistent with the storms that had hit that neighborhood, enough for a full replacement. The second adjuster approved the claim, but here is what he said while they were still on the roof. He said the first adjuster probably drove into this neighborhood, saw that not many claims were coming out of it, and made up his mind before he ever got up on the roof. When you only have 10 minutes budgeted per job, you are not looking for damage. You are looking for a reason to leave. That statement came from inside the same company as the first adjuster. Not from a lawyer, not from a homeowner advocate, from the industry itself. Read that again. A second adjuster, employed by the same company that denied the claim, explained exactly why the first adjuster denied a legitimate claim. Not because there was no damage, there was damage. The same person who inspected it the second time found it within minutes. Because the first adjuster had 10 minutes budgeted per job, and finding damage cost him time he does not have. That homeowner nearly accepted a denial on a legitimate full roof replacement. If she had not pushed back, if she had not requested a second inspection, that denial would have stood. How many homeowners do not push back? How many legitimate claims are sitting in a closed file right now because the first adjuster had 10 minutes and a neighborhood with a low claim rate? And here is what I have not told you yet. This is just what happens at your roof. There is something happening before any adjuster arrives. Something your insurance company set in motion the moment you filed. Something that determined your outcome before anyone stepped out of a truck. That is the next layer. But first, here is what you do right now. The first denial is not the final answer. That is the single most important thing I can tell you. You have the right to request a second inspection. You do not need a lawyer. You do not need to file a lawsuit. You call your insurance company and you say these exact words. I am requesting a re-inspection of my roof by a different adjuster. I have documentation showing damage that was not identified in the original inspection. I would like the re-inspection scheduled within the next 10 business days. That request is your right under most standard homeowner policies. They cannot legally ignore it. Second, before any adjuster gets on your roof, hire a roofing contractor to inspect first. Get a written scope of work with photographs, measurements, and specific damage documentation. When the adjuster arrives, your contractor should be present, not to argue, just to be there. A second set of eyes changes the dynamic completely. Adjusters who know a professional is watching do not budget 10 minutes per job. Third, time on roof is your most reliable indicator of a legitimate inspection. Any inspection under 20 minutes on a standard residential roof is not a real inspection. If your adjuster leaves in under 20 minutes, request a second inspection immediately. Do not wait. Document when they arrived. Document when they left. Take a photo or video timestamp if you can. That documentation becomes evidence if you need to escalate. The system is designed to move fast and close files at the lowest possible amount. The homeowner who slows it down, who documents everything, who requests re-inspections, who has a contractor present, is the homeowner who gets paid fairly. Be that homeowner. So now you know the incentive structure. You know why 10 minutes on your roof is not an accident. You know what to say when they deny you. And you know the first denial is not the last word. But here is what I have not told you yet. Everything I just described happens when the adjuster shows up. But there is something that happens before that. Something your insurance company put in motion the moment you filed your claim. Before they dispatched anyone. Before you ever spoke to an adjuster. There is a number, a score, already assigned to your roof. Generated by software your insurance company runs before any human being looks at your property. And that number, that score, is sitting in your adjuster's file right now, telling him exactly what his ceiling is before he steps out of his truck. The adjuster incentive system is just one layer. The software layer is underneath it, and nobody is talking about it. That is the next video. And I promise you, it is the one that is going to make everything else make sense. And if you think the adjuster incentive system is bad, wait until you see what your insurance company already knows about your roof before anyone shows up. Drone surveillance, AI scoring, a number assigned to your property without your knowledge. That is the next video, right here. Watch it next.